Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Talks with Jinesh. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the hot topic, the fees increase. This is not the first time the fees has increased. In the last 5 years, you'd be surprised to know that the fees of Memorial University has increased twice, and this time it's taken up the level. It is increased drastically, and we will get into more about what led to the causes of the increase, how it increased, who were the people involved in the decision making of the fees increase. We'll get more into that, but before we begin this video, I have to tell you, President Dr. Vianne Timmons has agreed to do an interview on Talks with Jinesh. So in the next episode, she's going to be answering some of the critical questions that has led to the increase of the fees of Memorial University for the newer students. So this increase is going to be applied to the newer students coming in next fall of 2022. So if you are one of the future students who are planning to attend Memorial University, you should know that you are not going to be paying the regular fees, but you're going to be paying fees that has now doubled from what it was in 2017, from what it was when I came to Newfoundland and Labrador. So I have invited the president, Dr. Timmons, on Talks with Jinesh, and she has actually agreed to come and answer a few questions. So stay tuned for that video. You might want to push the bell icon so that you are first updated when a new video is out. You may want to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on that video. And also go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And also leave in the comments if there's any questions you would like me to ask Dr. Timmons. So without any further ado, you're watching Talks with Jinesh. Let's get started. Memorial University is one of the main sources of attraction for students from around the world. Because of its cheap and affordable tuition, students come from all over the world to continue their further education here. The international community is also getting bigger and bigger, with new students enrolling every single semester. For those of you that are not aware, Memorial University is partly government funded, which enables students to have access to more affordable education without compromising in the quality, and at the same time it brings on less burden of fees to domestic students and international students. In 2017, the Newfoundland and Labrador government cut $3 million of funding of Memorial University, and what this meant was the burden of fees then fell onto the students who were joining in 2017. I think the fees actual change took place in, I think, spring 2018 or winter 2018, I'm not sure, but I joined in fall 2017. My admission took place then. I had a defer semester because of my visa processing that took a little bit of more time than expected. So I joined in winter. So I'm not sure if it was winter or spring, but at the time new students were paying $400, almost $400 more than what I was paying per course. So I was paying $880, they were paying $1,200 or so a course. And at that time, in many interviews, a lot of students had said that one of the main reasons why they had come to Memorial University was because of its affordable tuition, that they could save up while working and pay off the fees. Whatever they cannot pay, their parents will help them, or their friends or whoever relatives will help them out. So the main reason was the affordable tuition, which the fees got increased, and many students said that they rather would move out of province and go to other colleges or do a diploma or certificate courses in Toronto. This would benefit them because they would not have to compromise on the quality of life. So they would get access to much better transport. They'll be living in much bigger city. There'll be more people. There will be much more diversity in Toronto, obviously, compared to here. So they will get all those access, and it'll be at a lot cheaper rate than doing the degree here. So a lot of students were, in the process of moving out or staying. A lot of ham jam and cram jam was going on around at that time. But now this fees, so at that time the fees was $8,800 and it went up to almost $12,000. But now the fees is almost double. So what's going to happen now? Back then the fees was bumped up to $11,710 with an increase of almost $3,000 a year. Now this does not include your accommodation, does not include your living expense, your food, your travel, does not include any of that. Now even at this fee mark, a person may be tempted to stay, because if you were doing a degree at this rate here, you were getting a certificate of a degree. You're not getting a diploma, and it's not a 2-year course. It's still the 4-year course, and in some cases 5 or 6 as well. So you're doing a degree for a lot less price compared to other universities in Canada. So it was still a deal. Let's look at some of the fees structures in other universities. So in University of Dalhousie, we see fees ranges from $16,000 to $17,000. In University of Toronto, fees ranges from $38,000. University of Ottawa, $22,000. University of British Columbia, $26,000 to $31,000. So whereas MUN was 11,700, so almost 12,000, it was still a deal. So naturally, a person may want to save money, and they would want to come to Newfoundland and Labrador to attend Memorial University and finish their further education, finish their degree, their bachelor's, or if they're doing a master's, then sure, master's. Some of the benefits that international students would bring to Newfoundland and Labrador would be, because of their such high tuition costs, they would be boosting the local economy. They would bring a variety set of skills, different knowledge for different kinds of jobs, and they would bring in their different cultures from Africa, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Korea. So they would bring in all those cultures into Newfoundland and Labrador and create more diversity. My fear is that all of these things now may start to slowly decline. All of these benefits to Newfoundland and Labrador may start to slowly fall and decline over the coming years, because the fees has increased again, and this time it's gone to the point where students like you and me, I'm already done my degree, almost done at least, but new students like yourself may actually consider moving out to other provinces to do your degree or your diploma or your certificate, whatever course you are doing. This time the fees has increased more than double, in fact, from when I started. When I started, it was 8,800, and now it's almost $20,000, which still does not include your food, does not include your accommodation, your travel expense, your living expense, does not include any of that. The current students of Memorial University, like myself and others, are being affected by an increase of 4% every year, whereas the newer students are taking more of the hit. In the province, there are so many students very upset right now, and they have the right to be. There are student protests also going on the streets of St. John's. These are peaceful protests and demonstrated by the Mansu, members of the Mansu, the students who just volunteer to come on the road, just show their support against the fees increase. Now the question is, who is to blame for this drastic fees increase? There must be somebody that caused the fees. It just don't increase suddenly, right? There must be something that caused this fees increase. Who is it? Now, you may be thinking that the person on the screen, Dr. Vianne Timmons, is responsible because she's the president. I don't know really. Let's take a look and see who determines the fees increase. Who has the power to make such a decision that could prove to be fatal financially and economically over the coming years for Memorial University. The Board of Regents has the final say on MUN's budget. It is a group comprised of 30 members, including 3 ex officio members, the University Chancellor, President, and the Pro Vice Chancellor, 6 members elected by the MUN's Alumni Association, 4 members who are full-time students of the university, and 17 members selected by the Lieutenant Governor in Council. Members of the public are sometimes allowed into the Board of Regents meeting as well, but only with prior approval by the board. I believe that this will unwarrant the claim that President Timmons alone is responsible for the fees increase, and some of the widely spread crazy rumors are also that she increased the fees so that she and her staff could enjoy more money. Absolutely ridiculous. So the decision of the fees increase was made by the board here. Now it begs the question, what led to deciding in the increase in the tuition cost? Why all of a sudden all the people together got together and increased the cost of the tuition for domestic and international students? Wait, this is my favorite part. So this is a Park Avenue perfume, Euphoria, and it's my favorite perfume as well. So let's assume this perfume is worth $5 and you don't have $5. So your kind friend Peter is going to help you and pay $3 for you. So what you are going to pay now is 5 minus 3, $2. So no way does this mean that the cost of the perfume is $2. This means that your kind friend Peter is paying $3 and you are paying $2 to make up $5 for the cost of the perfume. Now you and Peter both like Lisa. Now Peter is not going to be paying your perfume so you can put on the cologne and go and impress Lisa. So Peter don't want that, right? So he's not going to be paying the $3. Now it's left on you. So you have to pay now 3 plus 2, $5. You have to pay the full price, the $5, in order to go buy the perfume and impress Lisa. Similar story here. The government of Newfoundland and Labrador this time has cut almost $70 million of funding of Memorial University. So think about it. If Peter is not going to be paying the $3 to the shopkeeper, somebody's going to have to pay the shopkeeper, or the shopkeeper is going to give you a good whooping. If MUN does receive such a huge cut in funds then the teachers, the workers, the professors, the everybody who works in the university, the furniture, they are still going to demand their full regular price. Who's going to pay them? So naturally, the burden of the tuition falls on the students of Memorial University. So coming on to the main question here, why? Why did the government of Newfoundland and Labrador cut such a huge amount in funds to Memorial University? Why did they cut the funding of almost $70 million? Why? Well, I'm not sure. But maybe President Timmons knows. Well, we will see. I've invited President of Memorial University, Dr. Vianne Timmons, to come and have a conversation on Talks with Jinesh, and where she's going to be answering your questions, some of the questions related to the fees increase. So stay tuned for that episode, guys. Make sure you turn on the notification icon, push the bell icon, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave in the comments if you have any specific questions you would like me to ask to her, and make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, because again, I've started YouTube after a long time, so YouTube has started to push the video really down and start to make it less optimized and stuff. So with your support, again, keep giving those thumbs up, and again, it'll come right to the top so more students will have access to this video as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next episode.